All right, guys, we are here at ICAST 2022. I know you like this microphone, right? Looks pretty legit. I know. But we're here at ICAST 2022. We're going to go around and ask everybody, what's your PB? These are conversations that we have at ICAST. Nobody ever records them, so I'm going to be that guy. Welcome back to another Vlogmas video. Hope you stick around for a little bit. Who knows what we're going to get into in here. So we're going to go just talk some crap with everybody. Let's go get it. Dude, I just love talking the most crap I potentially can to everybody. You know, like, what's your PB? Talking to Scott Martin, what's your PB? Yeah. Oh, it's 7? It's 7, right? And then he's like, no, it's 14. I'm like, no, I've heard it was 7. So we're gonna go get in. We might get in an altercation, but it's all good. You know, it's gonna be like, I don't know, maybe 8, 9, what, pounds? Maybe inches. Woo! All right, guys, we're here with Mr. David Fritz. So you know I love fishing the Fritz side. If you watch the video, I get a lot of hate comments because that's all I throw. I throw you the Fritz side a lot. Yeah. So I'm here to ask you, what is your PB? And I want the full story of it. You know, time of day, water temperature, everything.
Oh gosh, I've had a few of those personal best days. Okay. Good night. Man. I'm gonna say Lake Hartwell, South Carolina.
Okay.
Testing the Fritz side before they ever hit the market.
Okay.
And this was in April of 1999, maybe.
Okay.
And for 3 days, I threw the Fritz side number 9, and nobody throws the 9 hardly. Everybody wants to buy the 5s or the 7s.
5 biggin.
But yep, but I was throwing the number 9, and in 3 days, I actually caught, in the honest truth, I actually caught 7 bass over 8 pounds with it.
Really?
Yes.
Lake Hartwell, not
Lake Hartwell.
Man.
And Lake Hartwell is not my favorite lake at all. I'd rather go to Lake Eufaula or Lake Sinclair or Bugs Island or one of the Tennessee River lakes, but that was one of the best 3-day stretches that best practice I've ever had.
100%. Thank you. All right, guys, we're here at ICAST 2022. We got Ryan Is, you know him. He doesn't need an introduction. All right, so we're asking people, what is your PB? PB bass. We'll start with that. I know you have some crazy fishing stories. So.
PB bass. Didn't get on a scale, but I got a piece of fluorocarbon, got a length and a girth measurement, and it came out at 12.4. It was a freaking giant. It actually was kind of like what blew up my YouTube channel back in 2014, 2015. But biggest I've scaled, probably like high 8s, low 9s. But I've definitely caught some DDs. But I live in South Florida, so it's kind of
saltwater.
Yeah, saltwater. Goliath grouper. You know, not the hardest fish to catch, but a couple 500-pounders on the reg.
Yeah, I catch bass that big all the time. So
well, dude, you got to come see me, and we got to get you on one.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so now we're gonna cut to us on a boat or
on
a bank somewhere.
3, 2, 1.
All right, we're here with Hillary. Y'all know Hillary. All right, so what's your PB?
My PB's 9-1.
We need the elaborate story of how you caught it. We need the build up and everything. We went to Walmart, we bought these stick worms, and I just...
Okay, well, it wasn't like that. It was more so like 3 years ago. I still had braces, and I was on the boat with my dad. I was standing on a cooler. We were sight fishing on Lake Harris, and we saw this big old fish. You see the fins just going, and we pitched at it with this little jig. And just kind of popped it a few times right behind this branch, and then she ate it. I actually missed her the first time, and she was so stuck up on that bed that I got her the second time, which is really cool. So, yeah, it was awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Great story. Thanks, Thank you.
We'll catch you later.
Yeah, see you.
See you. All right, Mr. Matt, this is not formal at all.
All right, we ain't formal anymore.
Not. There you go. All right, so we've been asking people, what's your PB, but we're switching it up for you.
Okay.
We just want to hear a good fishing story. Like, I feel like you have so many good memories on the water. I just need to hear something.
God dang, man. Put me on the spot with one like that.
The best thing that's happened to you in the last year?
In the last year, me and Seth were up there at, I was fishing with the smallmouth king, Seth Fighter, you know. And it's just a little story, but it felt pretty good. We're up on Lake Michigan, sight fishing smallmouth, and we see a big black smallmouth going over there.
and he throws a drop shot over there to it, and smallmouth kind of swims up to it, and I threw a max scent tube out there about 5 feet from it, and that literally, the tube hit the water, and that thing turned, made a beeline, and ate my tube. And I love talking crap. I just got to talk crap from shit to my boy all day, you know. And
here or not, I had to talk about it.
Yeah. I love talking. And yeah, man. Other than that, the wrestling matches. I mean, I'm like 1-19 now.
You're wrestling.
1-17. I've been wrestling Caleb Summerall, Jacob Prosnick, Corey Johnson, Chris Johnson. Seth is a sissy and too small. But yeah, man, the wrestling matches. I beat Gussie. Gussie's the only guy I beat. But Caleb, I wrestled Corey twice, Prosnick twice, and Caleb once last week.
Yeah.
I got bruises all over me. I got bruised size of a softball on my chest and a bunch of other little yellow bruises here. So much yellow on my chest from bruises. I looked in the mirror, I'm like, am I in kidney failure? And I started checking my whole body. I was like, oh, hell, it's out of me.
Yeah.
But
sweet. So you're 1-19, so that means you're doing something right. You have a win. You have to build off the positive. Screw the 19 losses. You're coming back better.
Yeah.
My money's on you, no matter what it is.
Me and Brandon Palaniuk got a little wrestling match going to come up, and it's like a no-win situation. Like if I beat him, I'll beat little Brandon, but if he beats me, then he beat my big ass.
100%.
So, but yeah, I know he's a state champion wrestler, and but I kind of sized him up yesterday, felt of him a little bit. I don't see that being an issue.
I think you got him.
Yeah, Brandon ain't got no chance.
Matt for the win and everything he does. Hashtag. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, guys, we are here with Mr. Alex Rudd. Me and Alex have really just been bonding this week.
Dude, the best bonding I've ever had. It's so fantastic.
We might be brothers. We're going to get ancestry test or a DNA test or something.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to end up being related somewhere down the line.
We look so similar. It's amazing.
I'm just kind of missing the beard, but I mean, I'm working on it, you know.
We'll get there.
But today we're asking, what is your PB? And I need the most detailed story you can give me.
All right, you want smallmouth and largemouth?
Yes.
Okay, so largemouth is a 10.5 pounder. So it was a 10.8. I caught it on a live gizzard shad on Lake Chickamauga. It was terrible. It was pouring the rain so hard that I actually went through 2 rain suits that day. And so it was one of those, second rain suit part of the day is when I caught the said 10.5 pounder, and it was pretty cool. Floating down the river channel, currents, ripping, and my buddy Bailey flips a live gizzard shad in there. His bobber goes down and comes back up. He doesn't get it. Mine drifts right past his as soon as that happens. Goes down, 10.5 pounder. Awesome.
Stole his fish.
Oh, he bird dogged it for me for real. Then my smallmouth is a 586. I've never caught a 6-pound smallmouth. It is like on my bucket list. I've come so close. Like I've had those that you put them on the scale, it says 6 and then drops down to like 580 something.
The scale.
Yeah, you're like jiggling, trying to make it bigger.
Put your hand on the little metal part.
That's right, dude. I'm just like, please, like put the water back on him. You know what I mean? But I caught that smallmouth bed fishing with my good buddy Mr. Benjamin Nowak up in Michigan, northern Michigan. It was an incredible day, probably the most incredible day of bass fishing that I've ever had, because what I was doing, we were sitting in 15 foot of water and we're fishing for these bedding fish, but we're actively watching smallmouth swim out of the deep water into the shallow water, and then you start seeing these dust clouds form. And it was the male smallmouth literally making beds in front of our eyes.
Really? So
when we started the day, there was like 20 smallmouth up there. By the end of the day, there was like 300 smallmouth up there. And I mean, we just ended up catching 27.5 pounds that day was our best 5, and my biggest one was a 586.
Cool,
so,
perfect. So that's, in smallmouth terms, because I know a lot of guys probably don't know, a 6-pound smallmouth you say is like a 10-pound largemouth?
Probably.
Up north? Yeah. So that's good. Very good. Thank you. What's up? All right, we are here with Miss Anastasia Patterson, bass fisher woman.
Come on.
What is your PB?
My PB?
I need a story though.
11-2.
That's she's second?
Second?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Well, Matt Cooper
I need to
has
go to one of
15.
those.
Third. You?
Third.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Third, but it's still an 11.
Okay. You need a story?
Story, as detailed as it is. We woke up at 3 in the morning. We
Okay.
had to run through the Sahara
I woke up
Desert.
at 4:08.
Okay.
I had to run to the 7-Eleven,
Okay.
and it was on July the
July.
7th, I think.
Okay.
So also June, March, April, I don't know, one of those months, June or July.
Okay.
It's hot outside, South Carolina. There's a place on Santee Cooper that has really good stretch of trees, and whenever it just sets up right, if it's really, 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 really windy, I'd gone there that morning, only caught like, I'm Santee Cooper. I caught 20 pounds. But I was like, I don't know. Went back in the afternoon, flipped to this tree, was like doing something. I saw my line running, and I'm like, what the heck?
That's a fish.
And I'm like, there's a fish on there.
Yeah.
So I reach down, pick it up, and I'm like, oh, that's a fish on there. And then she come up, and I was like,
that's a fish.
I'm either gonna lose that or like, that's a fish on there. Come on.
Yeah.
And yeah, got in the boat. My mom and dad were both in the boat with me, so that makes it like 10 times more cool that it was with my family.
Yeah.
Wish it was a tournament, of course, but with my family, definitely meant a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Come on.
That, I think family gets me, so that's like a good story. All right, guys, we're here with Hunter Shyrock, bass angler, does really good on the tournament trail. So we have a simple question for you.
Okay.
What's your PB? But we want a decent, detailed story.
Okay. My PB. We're here in Florida in Orlando. My biggest bass came from Lake Toho.
Okay.
It's 10.19 pounds.
Okay.
It was in a little grass mat. Caught it on a Berkeley Pit Boss.
Sweet.
And when I set the hook, I didn't think it was that big.
Yeah.
I had to go in and get it. There's gators in Florida, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, when I went in there to grab it, it was nothing but a mouth about this big. It was awesome.
Dang.
And it didn't fight, didn't do nothing. You'd think it'd be a crazy story.
Just pinned it in.
Pinned it in, it stopped. I pulled it out.
It didn't want to alert the gators, probably.
That's right.
Yeah, they with all that water, all that commotion, they would have came and got them. So
For sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks,
Good.
man.
Perfect. Pop in. Cameramen are loved.
Oh my goodness.
Cameramen are loved.
Dude, come on. I hate when people like step to the side. No, pop in it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you?
All right, boys. We are here with Uncle Larry's Captain Goggles, Alex, his filmer, and we're asking, what's your PB? Starting with you.
I don't know because I don't weigh my fish all the time, and people get really mad at me for that. But it was definitely over 10 pounds.
Solid. I believe you. I believe everything he said.
I think people get a little bit too caught up on numbers and not the experience. You don't need to weigh your fish. If it's a big one, it's a big one.
I love this guy.
Dude, just walk off after that. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Dude, he broke it. He broke it.
He's stealing my look.
He actually left, too. That's the thing. He's back now.
He's back.
What's your PB?
My PB?
You don't need a scale. You just...
Well, I like Jiffy. If we talk about PB, we talk about peanut butter.
Okay.
I'm a Jiffy fan.
Jiffy guy?
I'm a Jiffy fan. I'm a
Okay.
Jiffy guy. Yeah.
All right, that's his answer.
I literally cannot compete with these answers. They're so in depth. I was just, Larry asked me. The first thing that came to my mind was 10-2. Caught it this year, top water popper.
Why do you have a scale?
Why do I have a scale, bro? Because I'm a charter captain. So, funny story, Larry. We're out there fishing. I'm on a charter. The guy's paying me, and he goes, if you don't fish right now, we're going back. And I'm like, dude. So I pick up a rod, first cast, Larry. Boom!
10-pounder.
Dude, I scream 10 pound, and he goes, I'm like, brother, I don't want to be this way.
Yeah.
Can you film
always
it?
the guy.
Can you
It's
film
always
it?
the guy.
So I'm reeling it in. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, bro, can you please just angle up? I'm trying to give him YouTube techniques. Anyway, 10-2.
Sweet.
Appreciate it.
Do you fish, Mr. Alex?
I do, but man, I'm his camera guy, so I don't get to fish as much. So it's like 6,
Hey.
7
Hey.
pounds, you know?
Hey.
Wait. In a tournament, I caught
Okay,
I
that makes
caught
it
a
12.
1
That
pounder.
makes
He
it
caught a
12.
6.
Oh, so you carried.
I
You
outfished
carried.
the captain.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly.
So
That's right. It's true.
It's rare, but
That's-
it happens.
He's a pro.
occasionally.
12-pounder. 12-pounder. Okay.
12 pounder. These
Sweet.
guys drop knowledge.
What's
We
your
drop
PB,
facts.
Larry?
Nah, I don't use a scale. I don't use scales. I like Peter Pan.
I like Peter Pan.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We're here with McCoy. What is your PB?
7-11, I believe.
I need the story. I need the backstory. How did it happen?
Scott finally gave me a day off from editing, and
Okay.
he sent me out on the lake with a guide on the lake, and we were just flipping some reed heads and stuff, and it about dragged me in the boat or into the water. It about
Really?
dragged me into the water.
You
Yeah.
hold it both hands and you're
Yeah, it was dragging me around, but it was really cool. It was a special experience.
Sweet.
I don't know Okeechobee, so
Sweet.
it was
You
awesome.
said 7 what?
7-11.
7-11. So
Yeah.
almost an 8.
Yeah, almost an 8. I still haven't caught anything bigger than that.
Almost a
Yeah.
10.
Not almost a 10.
Almost a 10.
Close to
Close
it.
enough. If you get north
Close
of 5,
enough.
you always have to round up. Or 6 and up, 5 and up, you round up. 5 and up, you round up. So it was a 10.
Yeah. I thought it was a 10 until I weighed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, guys, we're here with Cody. Cody is the guy that's recording this video. We're pretty good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been hanging out a little bit this week, so we've been bonding a little bit, getting some fishing talk in.
Yeah.
But you know the drill. What's your PB? And we need a decent story. It doesn't have to be amazing, but we need decent.
Okay. So this was 4 years ago.
Okay.
I was in Savannah, Georgia, fishing with my best friend Josh.
Yep.
There's this place in Savannah called, I won't even say the name of it.
Okay.
Okay. Not a lot of people fish there.
Yep.
I see a few people fishing there, but nobody's really serious about it. They might be throwing some push button, closed face reels. So they're on bed. I know the fish are on bed, and I'm a sight fisherman.
Yep.
If I can wear some polarized glasses, I'm gonna walk around that pond and I'm gonna see where the fish are.
Yep.
Well, I see this fish, dude, and it looked like a carp to me. I was like, there's a big carp. And then I see a turtle swim by it. And this bass opens its mouth and swipes at the turtle. And I see this giant mouth open up. And I lost my mind. I'm throwing a black trick worm by Zoom. In no way am I affiliated with Zoom, but they're my favorite. That's old reliable for me. You know the SpongeBob meme where he opens up the case, black trick worm? Throwing this trick worm probably for 25 minutes trying to aggravate this big bass. And finally, after 20, 30 minutes, it lands on its nose. It ate it and immediately set the hook. It was probably 4 foot off of the bank, and I just ripped it out of there. Boat flipped it onto the land. I weighed it, took a picture with it, and then somebody else came up and was bothering me really. So I just put it back in the water really fast. But I wish I would have taken more pictures. I got some good pictures of it. But yeah, 11-4.
Sweet.
11-4.
Sweet. All right, so he's what? You're in second place right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're behind.
That's crazy.
That one's gonna be hard to. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah, that's not fun.
All right, so I hear you have a pretty crazy PB story.
Okay.
Just tell the world. Tell them. Take the microphone. I'm gonna go sit over there and tell us what happened.
Deal. So I actually have. It's crazy because I was literally just telling someone this story 2 minutes ago. Right when you called, Cody, I was already in conversation about this. Crazy. But yeah, so there's this development, and nobody fished it, untouched waters for 40 years plus. So I go in there. I go in here with my dad actually the first time, and we're just topwater fishing it. We're topwater fishing it, and the first few times that we went, every single time we're catching 7, 8, 9 pound fish on topwater, and I'm like, dude, we gotta just fish the bottom. I don't know what the bottom looks like. I don't know how deep it is. Turns out it's a really deep shell pit that's over 100 feet deep. And the lakes, there is no bottom. There's no bottom. It's endless. So we're fishing around. I start Senko fishing. Just drop black and red Senko, fishing on the bottom, trying to figure out where the edges are, where the ledges are. And I come up to this little patch where there's no cattails. It looked weird, and I couldn't figure out. There was something different. Some difference. So I cast right up along the edge, and I get smashed. And this fish instantly goes straight out to the middle of the lake, and I'm in a canoe, and I'm using a 2500 setup, really, really light setup, like 10-pound braid, with this Senko. I'm going for a ride. He's taking me straight out to the middle of the lake. This fish comes up, and if I would have lost this fish at this moment, I would have told everybody I lost the world record. I would have told everybody I lost a 25, 26-pound fish, not even gonna lie. It looked massive, but I mean, still, I ended up getting it in. It was a 15-pound fish, 14.7, and its head was, this big. Its eyeballs were that big, and
Did you eat it?
let her go.
What are you doing? I'm just
Let her go.
I'm just kidding.
Let her go. Gotta catch her again, or her mom.
Yeah, true.
That's the end goal,
Grandma.
or grandma.
That's the world record. That's the 25.
That's the
20.
pound. Oh, and she's in there.
Yeah.
She's in one of these lakes.
So
and
how do I get an invite? Is the next question.
Cody, pull up.
Okay.
Pull up. We might have to.
On the way.
Might have to.
All right, I appreciate it.
We'll find it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you,
dude.
Yeah.
That was horrible. That was horrible. We ended that horrible.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Chasing the bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at them flop, watching them flop. Used to see this in my sleep when I ain't had shit but my thoughts in the car. I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes.